Having a flat abs starts in the kitchen. Instead of consuming high-calorie foods like yam, consider low-calorie options like potatoes. Instead of using high-calorie cooking oils like groundnut oil, you could consider low-calorie options like olive oil, or better still, you could use a cooking spray, a zero-calorie cooking spray. In this video, I will show you simple food swaps that can make you cut calories without sacrificing flavor, making your weight loss journey enjoyable. I used this strategy to lose about 15 pounds, which is about 7 kg, without necessarily sacrificing the foods that I love, and by sticking to calorie deficits and moving around and clocking about 10k steps every single day. And after doing that, I lost my belly fat and I had these really good abs that I've been maintaining over the last few months. Another method I also used was the plate method, which is I ensured I had 60% of protein in my meals, 20% of carbohydrates, and 20% of leafy vegetables or dietary fat. The plate method is one of the simplest, most effective ways to structure your meals for weight loss. It's not a strict diet. It's a visual guide that helps you to eat in a balanced way without overthinking every bite. Here's how it works. 60% of your plate should be protein. Think grilled fish, chicken, legumes, or better still, you could do egg sauce as you are seeing in this video. Protein is your best friend when you are in a calorie deficit. It helps you to stay fuller for longer and reduces craving. And it also preserves muscle mass, especially as an adult that you need to preserve your muscle. And at the same time, you lose fat while you're also preserving muscle. When you're full, you are less likely to snack unnecessarily or overeat at your next meal. When you combine a calorie deficit, which simply means eating fewer calories than your body burns, the plate method has a way of ensuring that you lose weight sustainably without necessarily feeling deprived. And here's the best part, you do not need to count calories when you're doing the plate method. Just ensure that you stick to about 3 to 4 meals for the next 30 days. This way, you're going to be able to track what you're eating, what you're consuming, and this will ensure success. For the plate method to work effectively, it's very important for you to understand that less is more. Rather than combining too many food options, or rather than combining too many foods in the same plates, it's very important for you to stick to 2 or 3 food options. This way, you can be able to majorly calculate, not really calculate your calories, but majorly know what exactly you're eating, the food sources you're eating from. That way, you're not going to be consuming so much calories. But the moment you're adding more ingredients or you're adding more foods to that plate, you're complicating things by majorly, increasing your calorie counts, and that way you end up gaining more weight too as well. Stick to the basics: 60% protein, 20% leafy vegetables, 20% dietary fat, and you'll be good. You will achieve success by majorly sticking to 3 food options per meal than sticking to about 10 food options, or adding more ingredients, or adding too much oil, or adding too much spices. That way, you can't afford to count the calories and you can't afford to majorly be on a calorie deficit. For example, a meal of grilled chicken, sweet potatoes, and spinach is better to monitor than a dish with 10 ingredients like jollof rice, plantain, eggs, beef, salad, stew, spice meals. Sticking to 2 to 3 core food per meal is very, very important, because that way you're going to be able to calculate what you're eating, track your calories accurately, maintain portion control, and avoid confusion, avoid flavor confusion. For instance, in this meal I'm showing you right here on the screen, I use tomatoes, eggs, and spinach, and also my 0-calorie oil spray. In summary, the plate method offers you an opportunity to, number 1, stick to 2 to 3 core meals, and do that over a period of time, say for 30 days or for 60 days. If you stick to, for instance, potatoes and egg in the morning, and then in the afternoon for your lunch you're doing brown rice and vegetables and chicken, and for dinner you're choosing, say for instance, quinoa and bell peppers and chicken for your dinner. And rather than snacking on calorie-heavy fruits, and if you want to snack on fruits, rather than snacking on calorie-heavy fruits like banana, you can decide to go for blueberries, or you can decide to go for strawberries. These are very low-calorie fruits, and if you cannot afford to buy this expensive fruit, because in some countries these fruits are very, very expensive, you can decide to go for our dear watermelon. Watermelon is also low in calories and It's something that is a food that can satisfy you without necessarily having too much of it, or without necessarily eating too much of it. So you can also stick to watermelon. You can just take a slice of watermelon and then take that, rather than taking the high calorie fruits like banana. And finally, it's very important for you to know that simplicity equals sustainability. If you can stick to this simple method I've proposed, the simple plate method, and you choose between 2 to 3 core foods per meal, and you do that for your breakfast, lunch and dinner. Say for instance, potatoes in the morning, potatoes and egg in the morning, brown rice and leafy vegetable and grilled chicken in the afternoon. And your dinner, you're also taking maybe quinoa and grilled chicken for your dinner. If you stick to this simple method, you're going to achieve sustainability, which is you can do this for the next 30 days without necessarily sacrificing the meals that you love, and ensure to always practice calorie deficit. Also, it's very important for you to add weight training to what you're doing. It's very, very important, because adding weight training to your routine helps you to have a high metabolism, which helps you to burn fat faster, right? If you cannot afford to go to the gym, you can decide to do press up at home, do sit up at home, but it's very important for you to move around a lot. If you cannot go to the gym at all for any reason, ensure you move around by doing between 8,000 to 10,000 times every single day. If you combine all of this, the calorie deficit, the plate method, moving around, I can guarantee you that in the next 30 days, you're going to see changes in how you feel. You're going to see changes in the weight scale. You're going to drop some weight, especially the unhealthy weights that you're running away from. And you're going to achieve your desired result, which is to drop weight and to feel good in your own body. Let me know when you try this, and please do not hesitate to subscribe, share this with your family and friends. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.